Welcome to Minnesota Music Mom. I'm Karen Davis. I'd like to play a song out of a book that I've played a couple songs out of already. It is for the Lenten season, and I do realize the Lenten season is over with. But I thought if I play a few arrangements out of it now all right away, then you can determine if you're interested in this book, and then you can get it in plenty of time for the next Lenten season. So it is called Where Love and Sorrow Meet, Intermediate, Piano Reflections for Lent and Holy Week, Anna Laura Page and Lorenz Publishing. And the other songs I've played out of it are Ah Holy Jesus and I Want Jesus to Walk With Me. Here's the index. And then what I'll do is I'll put a card on this video so that you can jump right to those videos and listen to those other two songs if you're interested. Tonight I'd like to play, there is a Balm in Gilead. It's 4 pages long, starts with 1 flat, ends with 1 sharp, is to be played prayerfully and metronome at 80. And then after the song, I'll update you on my weight. And then I thought I'd just go through a couple problem issues that are going on in my life. And maybe that'll help you feel a little better about problem issues going on in your life. And I've got another book that I'm reading that the section that I read tonight really helped me feel better about those problem issues that I'm going on in my life. So first I'll do the music, and then if you don't want to hear about my weight and all this other stuff, you can listen to the song and just move on. And those of you that want to hear a little bit more about it, you can stick around. All right, so this is There Is a Balm in Gilead. All right, that was There Is a Balm in Gilead. And here is the first page. All right, where I had trouble with this song is, I think, just trying to be gentle with it. And I'll show you the last page also. Where I had the quick notes, those quick notes there? I feel like at first when I started playing them, I was being a little too rough. I was playing a little too hard. I have that problem as far as hitting the keys too hard, just being a little too rough with it. And then when I get to a song like this, it takes me a little bit to realize that I'm doing that. And I need to back off and be a little more gentle with it. And so, so that I think was my main problem with this song. You know, wouldn't it be nice if there was a balm that would take our troubles away? That would be nice. All right, so this is out of Where Love and Sorrow Meet, Piano Reflections for Lent and Holy Week. Okay, so my weight. All right, the last time that I did a video, I believe I was 186, and I said, let's see if I can get down to 185, because I had been bouncing around between 186 and 187, if I remember correctly. Today, I was 182. 182. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think last time I did a video was 2 weeks ago. So in 2 weeks, I've lost 4 pounds, and I'm happy with that. For some of you, I don't know if that's a lot. I don't know if that's a little, but for me, I'm just going about it. You know, I'm not starving myself. I've already explained it in other videos. I'm not going to get into detail with it, but lately, I have been frustration snacking at night. So that's why I was really shocked this morning when I was 182 because, like I said, for the last couple nights especially, I've been kind of frustration snacking where I'm not hungry. I know I don't need it, but I eat it anyway. But I haven't been eating as much snacking as I would have. Now I'm coming down from 200. Okay, so I've lost 18 pounds. So I'm very, very happy with that. All right, the problem issues that I'm dealing with okay, we live in Minnesota. Okay, so sometimes it gets to be 30 below zero Fahrenheit. Okay, our heating system went out and it's still out. Fortunately, it was towards the tail end of the winter season, so that was good. But we heated with an outdoor wood stove, and this winter has been windy. It's just been windy, 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 and so there was a strong west wind that was cold, and it froze some of the pipes for the outdoor wood stove. That was our only heat. We do have backup propane, but regardless, we have water heat in the pipes, heated water in the pipes, and the wind that came from the west got in, it just blew in underneath the living room area there, and our pipes froze, which caused a burst, a leak somewhere. We don't know where. And then it drained the water out of the pipe enough so that our stove overheated and quit. So we had absolutely no heat in the house. We've got some small space heaters where we can. I mean, we can't overload the electrical outlets either, but we've got a few little space heaters, and then we turn on our kitchen oven. And if it's really cold, we turn on a couple of burners too. It's an electric oven. So, you know, that's some stuff we're dealing with, and we're to the point where we're just going to have to revamp and overhaul the whole heating system in the house and figure out what we're going to do. So, you know, that's going to, it's not going to be cheap. And I don't know what we're going to do, as far as we'll have to look into options of what we're going to do. The other thing is, now that it's warmed up and now we've still got wind and now we've got rain and hail. This spring has really been bringing some storms and hailstorms and the just downpours. And so in our living room area, we've also been having like a revamping it a little bit, and there's some sections that aren't quite done yet. So now we have leaking inside the living room. Standing water inside the living room that we've had to put towels down by, on one whole wall, on the south wall. The water just is coming in, and the wind is just forcing the water in. So we've got towels laid down there trying to catch the water, and it's where my organ is, my con organ, back in that area. And then it's coming in through the water's leaking in through some patio doors and it's leaking through the picture window, and it's even leaking through one of the lights in the living room in the ceiling. So now we've got buckets in our living room and towels laid down, and you have to change the towels every so often and put more dry towels down to soak up the water. So, that's been fun. And then up here in this room, it's an old window, old window with 3 panes, horizontal panes. Well, it's just sitting in there. I mean, we need to replace it, but we haven't gotten to that yet. And we've got plastic over the front because otherwise it would be just like being outside. I mean, the old window is like having no window there at all. And now really there is no window there at all because one of the panes broke out and there is no window there at all. So it's just right out to the open. And we've still got plastic over it, but the plastic was ripping, and so the wind was just blowing in. So I went outside and brought in some boards, and I've got that all boarded up. I mean, I tell you, it's just, and that's not, we've got more things going on. Okay, we got more things going on. So it's been a little frustrating, and you know how sometimes it just feels like, sometimes like God is really close, and sometimes it feels like God isn't really close. And lately it's just felt like God isn't really close. Like I feel like I'm on my own here, and my husband, trying to deal with these things. And so that's what's been going on, that's where I've been snacking and in the evenings because of these things going on. And I know God's there, but like I said, sometimes it just feels like he's not like with you, like he's off doing something else for somebody else, and he's not right with you. Even though I know he is, it just doesn't feel that way. And so there's a book that I'm reading. I'm actually reading to some friends, David and Teresa in England, or not in why can't I say that? In the UK, Birmingham, UK. That's where they are. Okay, and we read to each other. They've got a devotion book that we use WhatsApp. They've got a devotion book where they read every night out of the devotion book and then do an audio, and I listen to that. So that's really cool because I love to read, and usually I don't take time to do it. So I can hear them read the devotion before they go to bed. They're 6 hours ahead of me. And then I've got a book that I'm reading, and so then I read an audio to them. So I get to read books that way. And I love to read to people. I mean, that's one thing. I love to read myself, but I love to read to people. I wanted to be a teacher. That was one thing growing up. I wanted to be a teacher, and just, anyway, I won't get into that. But the book I'm reading is called Uninvited, and it's by Lysa TerKeurst. And so the section I was reading tonight really touched on how I said it doesn't really feel like God's close right now for a little while now, for like a couple weeks at least. It just felt like he's not really close. And so I was reading out of this book tonight, and it really helped me deal with these problems that I'm dealing with. And like I said, I'm not going to go into all the problems that I'm dealing with. Those are just 3. But she is talking about how the disciples, remember the story about, it wasn't a story, it really happened, how the disciples were in a ship on the water where that was a storm coming up, and it was a really, really bad storm. And then Jesus walked on the water to come to them, and they saw him and they thought he was a ghost. And she's talking here where they had been with Jesus for a while already. They'd seen him do miracles. They knew what he was capable of, but for whatever reason, they didn't realize that he was coming to them to help them, to be with them, and to comfort them and calm the storm that they were in. They thought he was a ghost. They were afraid. They were terrified. And he said to them, "Don't be afraid." And that just reminded me how, like with these problems we're going through, how our first reaction usually is to be afraid. And what am I going to do? How am I going to take care of this? How can I get through this? How can I deal with this? And our first reaction should be that God's in control. He's going to take care of it. He's with us, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like he's with us. He is. And I just wanted to read a little bit out of here. I would really suggest getting this book, The Uninvited. It is a really good book. I'm almost done with it, and I've enjoyed every bit of it that I'm reading. She said, I pictured myself in the lake, straining against the pressure of life. In the midst of whatever hurts and heartbreaks were disrupting my peace, I saw him coming. Jesus. I saw Jesus coming. I no longer cried out in fear. Instead, I called out in faith. And I was not terrified. I was calm, trusting, anxious for nothing, because I knew he was in control and he was for me. He climbed in my boat and the winds died down. My heart was safe because my heart was soft. I turned to Psalm chapter 46, verses 1 through 10. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. And that just helped me feel again that he's close. He's in my boat. He's in your boat. And he's there to help you in whatever troubles you're going through. So I wanted to share that with you in case you're going through some times where you just don't know exactly how you're going to deal with it and how you're going to get through it. We all have those times. We do. So I wanted to share this with you and hope that it made you feel a little better. All right, so the song I played tonight is There Is a Balm in Gilead, and it's out of the book Where Love and Sorrow Meet. I hope you enjoyed the song. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I invite you to click like. And if you would like to be notified when I download another video, I try to do one once a week with piano or organ. I don't know if I'll get to the organ for a little bit. I'm taking kind of a break from playing in church because I've got some problem issues I need to deal with, not the ones that I mentioned to you. I've got some major problem issues that I need to deal with. And so I'm taking a break from playing so that I can get this taken care of. And Mindy, thank you for filling in for me. Lorraine, thank you for filling in for me. I really appreciate it. And so I actually have not been attending the church lately for a variety of reasons. Mother's Day was for an entirely different reason. My kids did a fun day Sunday, Mother's Day, that I thoroughly enjoyed. One of my sons lives in Sioux Falls. And so it's a 4-hour drive for him to get to us. So what we did is we drove 2 hours west and he drove 2 hours east, and we met in the middle and at a restaurant that had a bowling alley attached, and we had a great day. It was so great. I enjoyed every minute of it. And so that's one reason why I missed church that day. But I've kind of been skipping church so that I can take every minute to get this problem issue taken care of. and then I'll get back in the saddle again and start playing in church. So I may not have any organ videos for a little bit, but I'll get back to it again. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. And if you would like to be notified when I upload another video, please consider clicking like, subscribe and the bell. All right, catch you later.